So today we are going to begin a new chapter. Already we have been going through the syllabus. So today we are going to begin a new chapter. Already you have been learnt, somewhat you have been learnt in your earlier classes. Somewhat you have been learnt in your earlier classes. So today we are going to study regarding the atmosphere. Today we are going to study regarding the atmosphere. So here first, atmosphere. So we all live on the earth. We all live on the earth. So earth is the planet where all the living creature exist. Earth is a planet where all the living creature exist. But we have to know somewhat regarding the atmosphere. So first, the meaning and importance of the atmosphere. So atmosphere is the thin layer of the gases, dust particles and water vapor surrounding the earth. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is a thin layer of gases, dust particles and water vapor surrounding the earth. Surrounding the earth. So the layers of gases forms protective boundary between the outer space of the earth's surface. Layers are there for the atmosphere. Certain layers are there. So they are the outer surface, and certain layer it extend till the certain kilometer. So also we will study it further. The thickness of the atmosphere is around 1000 kilometer. The thickness of the atmosphere is around 1000 kilometer. Atmosphere is a very important. Atmosphere is very important for all the form of life on the earth, because we need certain air, gases, dust particles. So that all we get from the atmosphere. So atmosphere is important for all the form of living creature on the earth. So it helps for the plant, animals, human being. So just now I have said, all the living creature, including the human being. So atmosphere trap heat and makes earth a planet for all the living organism. So atmosphere traps the heat and makes earth a planet for all the living organism or living creature. So I think you are knowing sun. The sun rays, if they come directly towards the earth, nobody, not a human being, even not a living creature cannot exist. So it is so much powerful. So that is been purified and it has been chucked, then it has been sent towards the earth. So that work has been done by the atmosphere. So next we will move towards the composition of atmosphere. Just listen to me now. Listen to me carefully. Composition of atmosphere. So the atmosphere is a mixture of different gases, dust particles and water vapor. Atmosphere is the mixture of different gases, dust particles and water vapor. The important gases in the atmosphere are nitrogen 78.08%, oxygen 20.94%, and the remaining 1% consists of argon of 0.93%, carbon dioxide -0.03%, ozone -0.0005%, etc. are the gases. So these are the composition of the atmosphere. So in atmosphere all these gases are needed in the atmosphere. The atmosphere also consists of dust particles. So those are the gases in the atmosphere. And atmosphere also consists of the dust particles which helps us to formation of the water droplets. The water vapor in the atmosphere is a source of cloud and precipitation. The atmosphere traps the heat and energy and has the influence of the weather condition of the place. Atmosphere traps the heat and the energy and influence the weather condition of that particular place. So how is the weather condition? If you go, how is the weather condition in the coastal area? Very hot. So 24 hours sweat will be there. And when you come to the Malnad region, it's not so hot. not so hot. If you go to the northern Medar region, again it's hot. Again it's hot. So these all are due to the atmosphere itself. These all are due to the atmosphere itself. So how the atmosphere is there? How the atmosphere? And what are the layers of atmosphere? So that we are going to study now. So like the layers of atmosphere. The layers of atmosphere. So layers of atmosphere. Atmosphere may be divided. Atmosphere may be divided into the important 5 important layers. Atmosphere may be divided into the 5 important layers on the basis of their characteristics and features. On the basis of their characteristics, features. Atmosphere can be divided into 5 layers. Can be divided into 5 layers. So these are the 5 layers of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, meosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. So these are the 5 layers of the atmosphere. So now we are going to study regarding the. Now we are going to study one by one regarding these layers of the atmosphere and what are their importance. What are their importance? What role does they play in the atmosphere? What role does they play in the atmosphere? So first comes the troposphere. Troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. Troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. So we can say that the starting layer of the atmosphere from the earth. The starting layer of the atmosphere from the earth. So that has been called as the troposphere. So in your textbook the diagram is there. If you see the diagram, you will come to the starting layer, the first layer from the earth. So that layer has been called as the troposphere. That layer has been called as the troposphere. So it extends up to 18 kilometers at the equator and 8 kilometers near the pole. So troposphere. So this is the globe. Just think it is a globe. So in the equator at 18 kilometers. From the equator 18 kilometers. So the equator 18 kilometers, but in the poles only 8 kilometers. Only 8 kilometers in the poles. So here this layer has also atmospheric elements. This layer atmospheric elements. This layer has also the atmospheric elements such as temperature, pressure, wind, cloud, rainfall, etc. This layer, the first layer from the first layer, troposphere. So in troposphere, it extends. In the equator, it extends 18 kilometers, but in the poles only 8 kilometers. North pole and south pole only 8 kilometers extend. And this layer has the atmospheric elements such as temperature, pressure, wind, cloud, rainfall, etc. Rainfall, etc. All weather changes occur in the troposphere. All weather changes occurs in the troposphere. Remember this thing. All weather changes occurs in the dash sphere. Dash, it becomes all weather changes occurs in the dash layer of the earth, the dash layer of the atmosphere. What will be the answer? Troposphere. Remember this thing. So temperature and pressure decreases with the increase of the altitude. The temperature and the pressure decreases with the increase of the altitude. As you go up, the temperature and the pressure decreases as you go up. Temperature and pressure decreases. So how? I'll say it after. So next, second layer of the atmosphere. Second layer of the atmosphere is the stratosphere. Second layer of atmosphere is stratosphere. The stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere. This layer extends up to 50 kilometers from the surface. 50 kilometers from the surface. It lies between the troposphere and the meosphere. It lies between the troposphere and the meosphere. The second layer of the atmosphere is the stratosphere. So it extends up to 50 kilometers. So that 18 kilometers, this 50 kilometers. So here in this layer, ozone layer is the most important gases which absorbs the ultraviolet rays from the sun and protect all the form of life on the earth. In the stratosphere, the second layer is the most second layer. Here, the important gas, the ozone layer is the most important gas, which is a gas which is found in the stratosphere. So that important gas, that important gas. Whatever the ultraviolet rays, the direct sun rays which comes from the sun, that are been chucked here. It has been chucked, or it has been the rays, the powerful rays are being chucked, and then it has been sent towards the earth. If you just imagine the direct ultraviolet ray, if it comes towards the earth, what happens? We all will be burned. We all will be burned. So yeah, ultraviolet rays of the sun and protect all the form of it. Thus this layer is free from clouds and other important weather phenomena and provides ideal flying condition for the aircraft. So this layer is completely free from the clouds and the other important weather phenomena, and it provides the ideal flying condition for the jet aircrafts. You can see in the textbook, in the diagram you will come to. So here the important thing, which gas is there? Ozone. So that ozone gas, it chucks the ultraviolet rays which comes from the sun. So next layer is the meosphere. Next layer is the meosphere. Meosphere is the third layer in the earth's surface. In the earth's atmosphere. Meosphere is the third layer in the earth's atmosphere. It extends up to 80 kilometers from the surface. It extends up to 80 kilometers. 18, 50, 80. It extends up to 80 kilometers. 80 kilometers from the surface and lies above the stratosphere. Third layer lies above the stratosphere. In this layer, temperature decrease with the increase in the altitude. In this layer, temperature decreases. As you go up, the temperature decreases. Temperature decreases. So this layer has the coldest temperature in the atmosphere. This layer has the coldest temperature in the atmosphere. So here temperature decreases. So this layer has the coldest temperature. This layer has the coldest temperature. So next comes the thermosphere. Which is the next one? Thermosphere. After meosphere, thermosphere. So thermosphere layer lies next to meosphere. In this layer, temperature rises drastically. In this layer, temperature rises drastically. It rises. It is also called also called ionosphere. It is also called ionosphere. As the gases atoms are ionosed due to the very high temperature. Due to the very high temperature, the ions found in this layer helps for the reflecting of the radio waves. The ions found in this help for the reflecting of the radio waves. So here the iron is the ionosphere. The ionosphere is due to the very high temperature. The gases atoms are iron. The gases atoms are even ionized. So it is called an ionosphere. So this layer. So ions found in this layer helps for the reflecting the radio waves. So this is the thermosphere. Next comes the exosphere, the last layer, exosphere. So exosphere is the topmost layer of the atmosphere. Exosphere is the topmost layer of the atmosphere. In this layer, elements of atmosphere are rare. And pressure is extremely low. Exosphere is the topmost layer of the atmosphere. In this layer, elements of atmosphere are rare. And pressure is extremely low. So these are the layers of atmosphere. In each layer, there is one unique thing. Remember this thing. In each layer, there is one unique thing, and all help for the atmosphere. Which make the life easy on the earth. So next here, a small topic is the elements of weather. So this you should know. It's general. Elements of weather. Weather condition of a place is influenced by the various elements. such as temperature, pressure, wind, humidity, cloud, rainfall, etc. So all these factors influence the weather condition on the earth's surface. So first, there is a difference between the weather and climate. There is a difference between the weather and climate. So what is such difference? So here, atmospheric condition of a place at a given time is called weather. Atmospheric condition of a place at a given time. At a given time is called weather. Is called weather. In contrast, the average weather condition of an area over a long period of time is called climate. So day-to-day change. So that is been called as the weather. And the change that take place after a long time. Change that take place after a long time in the atmosphere. So that has been called as the climate. So day-to-day change has been called as weather, and changes that take place after a long time. So that is been called as the climate. Remember this thing. So it's a general. Remember this thing. So next we'll move towards the temperature. So temperature. The sun is the main source of energy. Sun is the main source of energy to the earth. You all are knowing. Sun is the main source of energy to the earth, which supplies the heat through the insolation. It supplies the heat through the insolation. So insolation means the incoming solar radiation from the sun to the earth. So insolation means the incoming solar radiation from the sun to the earth. The temperature is recorded by an instrument called thermometer. The temperature is recorded by the instrument called thermometer. Centigrade and Fahrenheit are the important thermometers used in the measuring the atmospheric temperature. Centigrade and Fahrenheit are the important thermometers used to measure the atmospheric temperature. The important factors that influence the atmospheric temperature. The important factors that influence the atmospheric temperature are latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, wind, ocean currents, relief features, cloud, rainfall, etc. All these are the important factors that influence the atmospheric temperature. Question may come. So which are the important factors that influence the atmospheric temperature? So here, latitude, altitude, high distance from the sea, wind, ocean current, relief features, clouds and rainfall. So next, in the temperature, first comes the normal lapse rate. It is the decreasing rate of the temperature. With the increase of the altitude. The rate of decrease is 1 degree Celsius. The rate of decrease is 1 degree Celsius. Rate of decrease is 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meter. Rate of 1 degree Celsius for 165 meter. For 165 meter. The rate of decrease is 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meter, or 6.4 degree Celsius for every 1000 meter of height, 1 kilometer. So best example, ನೀವು ಭಾಳ ದೂರ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ, ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕುಮಟಾ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕುಮಟಾದ ಹೋದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ, ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಗಟ್ಟ ಹತ್ತಾ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಹೀಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. So that is the best example. That decreasing rate of temperature. As you go up, the temperature decreases. That is the best example. So next here the inversion of the temperature. So in some situation, temperature also increases with the increasing height. In some situation, not all the situation, in some situation. This takes place in the mountain valleys. This takes place in the mountain valleys during the long winter night. During the long winter nights with the clear sky. With the clear sky. Dry air, no wind, and snow-covered surface. And snow-covered. In those areas. Inversion of the temperature. Not all the time. In some areas. Only in some areas. Only in some areas. So next, temperature zones. Next comes the temperature zones. Temperature zones. So the distribution of temperature is not uniform on the earth's surface. The distribution of temperature is not uniform on the earth's surface. For example, best example, no need to go far away. ಭಾಳ ದೂರ ಹೋಗೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟಲ್ಲೇ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಕುಮಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಿರ್ಸಿಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಇದೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು 60 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ 50 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂಡಗೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಟ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್, ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀ ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು 150 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ it will be changed. There is a varied temperature. So here the distribution of temperature is not same. Distribution of temperature is not uniform on the earth's surface. On the basis of the insolation, the globe is divided into the 3 temperature zones. On the basis of insolation, the globe is divided into 3 temperature zones. So they are the torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Torrid zone, temperate zone, and the frigid zone. So in your textbook it has been given clearly. Torrid zone, temperate zone, and the frigid zone. So this is torrid zone. First you read torrid zone. So this is the zone of high temperature. This region is found between the 0 degree or equator and Tropic of Cancer in the north, 23 degree and a half degree Celsius, 23 and a half degree Celsius north, and the equator of the Tropic of Capricorn, 23 and a half degree in the south. So equator. So this is equator. So here till here till here. So that is been called as the torrid zone. So this region receives direct rays of the sun. This region receives the direct rays. Somewhat it has been purified. This region receives the direct rays from the sun. So next comes the temperate zone. So this is the region where the temperature is neither very hot nor cold. This is the region temperature is neither very hot nor very cold. This region lies between the 23 and a half degree Celsius north to 66 and a half degree Celsius to the north. Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle. From here to here. So it is because of the temperate zone. And the temperate zone. So here Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle, 60 degree here. North and Tropic of Capricorn, 60 degree. Arctic Circle, so Antarctic Circle. Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. So this is called as the temperate zone. Next comes the frigid zone. So it is the coldest region. Frigid zone means North Pole, South Pole. Coldest region. It is the coldest region. This zone is found between the 66 degree north to 90 degree Arctic Circle. 60 degree to 90 degree. Frigid zone. 66 degree north to 90 degree. 66 and a half degree. 66 and a half degree north to 90 degree north Arctic Circle. 90 degree north, Arctic Circle. Next, south, 60 degree south. Antarctic Circle to South Pole. Antarctic Circle to South Pole. It is called the Fred zone. Antarctic Circle to 60 degree Antarctic Circle to South Pole. So it is called a Fred zone. The temperature in this zone is very low due to the slanting rays. Due to the slanting rays. Due to the slanting rays. The slanting rays also. The summer temperature is slightly high than the winter temperature. The summer temperature is slightly high than the winter temperature. So how these zones are being called? So here, so this is the globe now. This is the globe. So this is the sun. This is the sun. So sun rays directly they come towards the equator. Directly. So next, afterwards, so slightly they change. Like this they will. Next here. Understood? Now I think it's been clear, I think, how it is being called. Why there is a it's not uniform. Why? The distribution of temperature is not uniform on the Earth's surface. So this is the reason. So sun rays directly fall towards the equator and equator towards the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. Then the sun rays slant. Then the sun rays slant. When they slant, so sun rays directly doesn't reach here. So here what happened? The power of the sun rays decreases. The power of the sun rays decreases. So this climate from Tropic of Capricorn to Arctic Circle and Antarctic, it's cool. It's not cool or not hot. But the here Fred zone, that completely it is cool. Completely it is cool because sun rays doesn't reach till there itself. The powerful rays they doesn't reach till there itself. So this is regarding the layers of the atmosphere and temperature. So here isotherms. Isotherms are the lines drawn on the map. Isotherms are the lines drawn on the map or globe connecting the places having the same temperature. So isotherm means isotherm. Isotherms are the lines drawn on the map or globe connecting the places having the same temperature. So this is regarding the atmosphere. Whatever I have been taught, ನಾನೇನು ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಕು. ಮುಂದೆ ಓದೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಏನುಂಟು ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನು ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಮಾತ್ರ ಓದಿ ಸಾಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.